WXII 12 News at 4:30 starts right now.
And right now at 4:30, trees are down and power is out across the state. A look at the stunning damage from last night's storm. Plus, more controversy this morning surrounding Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl, while a judge delayed his sentence days after pleading guilty. And 4 people held in a deadly hostage situation in Louisiana. Ahead, who made it out safe. And good Tuesday morning to you. Thanks so much for your company. I'm Devontae McKenna.
And I'm meteorologist Brian Slocum, and it's Tuesday morning. As often is the case, the weather looks beautiful today in the aftermath of some really bad weather yesterday.
Yeah. So relief is in store.
It definitely is. We have a quiet couple of days coming our way, and we mentioned yesterday that the worst of this would be felt in wind damage and isolated tornadoes, and it looks like we did get both. The confirmation for the tornadoes won't come until later on today, but all indications are that we had a pretty powerful storm that dropped some heavy weather starting in South Carolina and moving in our general area. You can see a linear damage path. It's an indicator to us that one strong storm produced likely multiple touchdowns in an area. Again, we won't know until later today, but communities like Greenville, Spartanburg, Shelby, Hickory felt it first. And then it began to move into Wilkes County, where downtown North Wilkesboro took a direct hit from this. Numerous trees down in that area. In Hayes, a possible tornado reported. A tree down at a house on Glen Dancy Road. Other trees and power lines were down nearby. It went on there from Allegheny and then eventually swung into Surrey County, but reports of a couple of outbuildings, barns that were damaged on Glade Valley Road in Ennis, and then it began to move farther north. The line of storms itself did cause isolated damage in spots, mainly from straight line winds. We got that in Pine Ridge, in Mount Airy, in Kernersville, Moxville, Elkin, Jonesville. We had reports of damage in Kernersville as well. So we had some good rains on top of that too. Most of that in the Triad fell over a span of an hour, but we did get rainfall totals reported in Lawsonville of over 2.5 inches, near 2-inch totals in State Road in Pofftown, and about 1.75 inches in Greensboro. Just a sampling of the many Weather Watcher rainfall reports that we got yesterday. Here's the aftermath. We're left with some fog this morning, near zero visibility in Greensboro and Winston-Salem, Lexington, Martinsville. Foggy conditions are mainly over the Piedmont Triad for now, but we have some room to cool temperatures down, and they are coming down. 49 degrees in Reidsville, 46 in Martinsville, and mid to upper 50s from Winston-Salem to Greensboro. By this time tomorrow, these temperatures will likely be somewhere 10 to 15 degrees chillier, and we could see some frosty or freezing conditions, especially in our western counties. Today will likely be a beautiful day once we can get through some early morning fog. Plenty of sunshine and a breezy day with a high close to 70. We'll have much more in the rest of your work week forecast coming up in just a bit.
And several school districts are either closed or delayed due to last night's storm. Wilkes County schools won't be open today, while Surrey and Carroll County schools will start 2 hours later. Grayson and Watauga County schools are also going to be starting hours later this morning. And there are a few power outages in most counties across the Triad, but by far the most outages are in Wilkes County. Right now, more than 20,000 customers are without power, and that's actually about 500 less than how many customers were without power last night. Right now, Duke Energy does not have an estimated time for when power will be restored. The website says damage is still being assessed this morning. Happening right now at 4:33, one North Carolina town is waking up to pure devastation caused by last night's severe weather. And this is what it looked like in North Wilkesboro. Crews hit the scene as soon as that storm cleared up. At least one roof came crashing down on a car. Officials say that damage is, quote, widespread throughout the entire city. Fortunately, though, no one was hurt. And you can hear it. Those were the powerful winds that moved through Wilkes County last night. Elizabeth Cleary sent us this video from Hayes. Watch how fast that rain is pouring and the wind not helping, forcing it to blow sideways. And people in the Piedmont Triad won't be the only ones cleaning up from last night's severe weather. There was a lot of damage caused across North and South Carolina. Over in Hickory, the storm did serious damage at a regional airport. In these photos, you see a building is demolished and planes are tossed right around the runway, many of them upside down. There is also a car on top of another car. Wow. And that tree fell on a home in Stanley. The person who shot this video said they heard a loud pop, turned around and then saw that tree fall onto the home. Fortunately, no one was inside at that time, but incredible video. In Spartanburg County this morning, South Carolina, an apparent tornado left a path of destruction. There is significant damage to several buildings on the campus of Spartanburg Community College. A roof was ripped off one building and windows broken. The storm also flipped 18-wheelers over and one even thrown into the roof of a building. So far, thankfully, once again, no reports of any injuries. And of course, for the latest on the weather and school closures in our area this morning, make sure to download the WXII 12 News mobile app. You'll get up-to-date alerts and notifications as we get more details on everything concerning last night's storm. Happening right now at 435, the first phase of the Business 40 Salem Parkway overhaul. Construction is happening at Business 40 and Peters Creek Parkway. The inside lanes in both directions will open back up at 6 a.m. But starting tomorrow, there will be a slight traffic shift if you're driving eastbound. From midnight to 6 a.m., you won't be able to drive underneath the Peters Creek Bridge. You'll be detoured up and over Peters Creek Parkway. Both of these closures will last through early December. And you can keep up with all of the Business 40 updates on our website and also, again, the mobile app. We have a dedicated Business 40 construction project section on WXII12.com. And in that mobile app, just tap menu. You'll find a timetable for the project and how it could impact your drive. Well, police are still investigating the deaths of two men in Kernersville. Officers found two men dead inside of a home on Reynolds Price Drive Sunday afternoon. Investigators do not suspect foul play. They have not released the names of those men found dead. Well, coming up this morning, 5 people recovering after a school bus overturns. We find out who is at fault.
911, can I help you?
I'm the neighbor. I guess an adult threw one of the kids in and stuck in the other one.
Plus, the phone call that led to a 13-year-old being handcuffed while officers say they arrested him. We'll be right back.